What is up, guys? I'm back yet again with another one. Today, I'll be talking about the importance of higher time frames when it comes to analyzing your charts. Market conditions change, right? And it's
Yes.
important for us to assess, how we go about any type of market condition. Okay, cool. So now, and oh yeah, a question. Would you say you've improved? Your trading has improved?
Oh yes, drastically. Yeah. I
And
since watching your top down and going over back testing
yeah,
and
yeah,
just taking my time, it's
yes,
really improved because I even did some other markup on different charts.
yeah, yeah.
And the market is just reacting to the areas significantly.
Awesome.
So
So
yeah,
That's that's what it's all about. I'm happy about. Okay, so this is volatility 10-1S. Let's just start on the monthly time frame. So remember, on some of these time frames, there won't be a lot of information,
yeah,
but it's the reason why we have to start there so that we leave no stone unturned. We
yes,
can't just hope to start from the H1 and think we understand the whole picture. That's not how things work. Okay, so on the monthly time frame, one person could say maybe this is a big resistance that price is failing to break. Can you see? Can we both agree on this? Right?
yes,
This is the monthly. And then another person could say, okay, fine, there's this huge support here that price is actually failing to break.
yeah,
And then so we can then say we are actually in a consolidation on the monthly. It's fair enough. It's okay. You understand? Now, on this consolidation, can you see that price has been playing between this resistance and this support? Remember, consolidation is actually a type of market structure, right?
yes.
So with this type of market structure, we just want to buy over here and we want to sell over here. Are we
Correct.
together?
Yeah.
So now it seems as if we just hit the bottom here and we're on our way to the top here. Do you
Yeah.
understand? That's what we're just trying to make sense of things, and that's what the market structure here is actually showing us. Okay, cool. So now that is the case, we assess that for the past 3 months, right? You can see that the market has been going up 1, 2, 3. It's actually been going up these 3 months. Of course, there was a retracement here, but if you are to go down to the lower time frames, what you find is that this is actually an upward movement for these 3 months here. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you're actually just building your bias so that you see, okay, what do I want to do really? And then if we were to also look at market structure and we go to the line graph, what you see that is that there was this type of market structure. There was a high over here. Are we together? Can you
Yes.
see this?
Yeah.
And price broke that high and it actually formed a higher high over here.
Hmm.
Okay. And guess what's happening also? There was a low over here, right? Okay. I'm going to
Yes.
delete support now. We don't need it anymore, right?
Yeah.
And now we have a higher low over here. Now it seems like price is on its way to form a higher high. Can you see?
Yeah.
Maybe somewhere around here. And if it's to retrace, right, maybe we can then expect a higher low somewhere around here or whatever. We're just trying to make sense of things. So what this makes me believe is that we are this high, we broke and we formed this higher high. When we formed this higher high, there's a retracement. Now we're on the process of breaking that higher high, and the target could be at the top at that resistance where we saw on the
Yeah.
monthly time frame, right?
Yeah.
So basically, I am actually starting to think that the market should keep going up. This is an uptrend, okay? At least to somewhere around this region, okay?
Hmm.
Somewhere around this region, if you take a line, a horizontal line, you see that this is what's happening. Can you see? We got there, fell to break, we drop. Got there, fell to break, we drop. So because trading is a game of probabilities, I don't want to be pressing buy at that red line. It's dangerous because you can
Yeah.
see in the past we were dropping. So that gives me my target. Around that purple red line is where for the long term I can start saying that the market is likely to drop. But for now, we're going up. Market structure high, higher high. We're on our way to form that higher high. Can you see?
Yeah.
I know you understand my train of thought. Okay. Now let's go to the weekly time frame and we assess what's actually going on the weekly time frame. So this is the weekly here. So now this is what's happening. We had this high and we had a lower high, right? So this was actually a downward market structure that has been broken. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's in the process of being broken. We don't know for sure if it will be able to break, but either way, let's deal with what's there. For the past 3 weeks, we've been going up. Can you see this?
Yeah.
These 3 weeks we've been going up. So, in this type of environment, you don't want to be looking for sell positions because you can clearly see for the past 3 weeks here, the market has not been giving you that ability to sell or the chance to even sell. So
Yeah.
why should you sell? It's not smart. You don't want to sell that. So now with the information here, because this is where we want to focus on, while also remaining resolute that we want to take our targets here at the purple line, right? We can delete everything else so that stuff doesn't confuse us. We just know where our likely targets should be, okay? And now we want to deal with here. It's an uptrend there, you understand? If we to go to the lower time frames, you find that there's uptrending market structure here. And remember what we said about an uptrend. We said that in an uptrend, we form higher highs and higher lows. And
yes,
what we want to do is wait at these lows and then we press buy. At these lows, then we press buy. At these lows, and then we press buy. Are we together?
yes,
So now, if we were to go to the lower time frames, right, and we assess that market structure, all we need to do is wait at those lows and we press buy, because that's what probability is going to be favoring. Now look at this. Can you see that on the daily time frame, we're definitely forming higher highs and higher lows? This is a high over here, right? Higher high, okay, higher high, and then we have a higher high, and we're just dropping. So the most recent low, right, is actually over here on the daily time frame. Can you see this?
yes,
Right. Can you see? So now price shouldn't come and just easily break this low like that, like, and then just soar through. That's not what we're expecting. You need to assess what's happening, right? For me, really, the reason why, honestly speaking, why I think we should wait at this low and then actually pump more buys is because of let's use common sense, right? For me, this is a big resistance, right? Why is it a resistance? Okay. Because in the past, price got there and it dropped like that. Are we together?
yes,
So
yeah,
every amateur is actually pressing sell right now. Do you understand?
yeah,
So now that every amateur is pressing sell, their stop loss is likely to be just above the resistance. Do you understand?
yeah,
So now that the stop loss is above the resistance, this piques the interest of the market maker, who is likely to just come here and then guess what? Juice more buy positions to come over and then continue with the move. And the stop losses of these people will be hit. Do you understand what I'm saying?
yes,
On the opposite side of the spectrum, this is that resistance. When it breaks like that, it will fuel a reaction whereby people start buying maybe somewhere around here. When they buy, they're also buying into that place from the monthly where we said we want to be selling. And what
yes,
happens there, from there, the market will start dropping. Okay. And we should start then looking for sell positions as well from that level. All right.
yeah,
Now, what am I saying? Let's clear all of this and we play the market structure clearly. Okay. So once again, all right, this is a high over here. Okay. And this is what we have. We have a higher high and price is coming. And this is an uptrend. We want to chill at this low here. This is where we are going to chill and we're going to make decisions. Okay. If you want, you can just use a line graph and you nicely assess the low we're dealing with. You can nicely see that the lows have been going up as the conditions, as the characteristics of an uptrend, right? This is a
yeah,
low over here, right? This is a higher low over here, and this is a higher low over here. Now, the issue is this low shouldn't break easily because of that Dow theory we have discussed. Because of that Dow theory, when price gets in here, we should be able to get some nice positions or some nice entry confirmations. You know, the entries we've discussed in the mentorship, we use 6 ways of entering the market,
yes,
patience that will continue up because that's just the Dow theory being adhered to. Pure market principles, nothing special. So now let's go back to those candles and look at the H4 time frame and we assess what's going on. So this is what's happening on the H4. So now, as usual, you really just want to use any technical tools just to tilt the probability in your favor because that's what trading is all about. And now for sure, at that low where we're saying we want to be interested, where we want to be buying, we can clearly see that the market has actually been moving in a channel. Okay, we can maybe
yes,
the most recent lows, make things relevant. Okay, can you see this? This is the
yes,
most recent lows. Don't incorporate all of this, it's already past data. Okay, use the most recent lows, and then you realize that actually what's happening is price has been moving in a channel. This would be the bottom of the channel that I'm drawing over here. Let's remove this. We know that's the low we care about, and then now we have to focus on the top of the channel. Right, remember, in this market structure, we're not trying to find sell positions. We only buy in an uptrend like this. We just want to find out where it would be nice for us to actually pump those buy positions. So now can you see this is the top of the channel being created like that? Can you see that?
yes, yes,
You see we're using the most recent highs, just touches. By the time price gets here, you also need to assess what will be happening. What will be happening is there is this level of support over here. Are we together? You
yes,
understand what I'm saying, right? This level of support will be an area for liquidity, in my opinion. Reason being that this is an H4 support, right? We're on the H4 time frame right now. If you want, let's go to the lower time frame so that you see what it looks like. On the H1, you can clearly see that's a level of support there. Whereas on the M30, you can clearly see that's a level of support there, right? So
Yes.
now, that's one thing. When this support breaks, all the amateurs are going to start selling, right? Because amateurs usually trade on the lower time frames, and they've been told that when support breaks, it's a sell signal. You understand what
Yes.
I'm saying? Once they sell here, they will then create the necessary buy side liquidity for the market maker to push the market up. Remember, if the market maker wants to buy the market, he needs you to sell it to him. It's a market. You cannot
Yes.
buy something that is not for sale. I
Yes.
repeat, it's all about liquidity. So below this support over here, you need to assess what's going on. First of all, there are people who are in buy positions over here and they're in profits. When the market comes, right, and goes below the support, their stop losses will be hit. That's one. Also, that people who will be selling the break of support will be induced to keep going down like that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And guess what? The market maker then has that final leg to push the buy. So what am I saying? This is an actual setup that is right now on the trader alerts and setups group. We have said if prices to come here, let's look for buy positions. Everything is about risk to reward. Everything is about risk management. You really want to be patient enough for these things to happen. This is the H4 chart. So one candle is 4 hours. So you can only imagine that's already one afternoon, right? Full afternoon from 12 to 4 p.m. That's the whole day, half your day, basically. And if you're not patient enough, you simply can't make it in this game because you will be forced to take trades. Right now, you might be looking for sells and all that stuff. But look, the way the market makes, you can press sell right now, and then the market retraces and does this, and then still comes down to here. So this is why you need to be patient. You really need to be patient, or else nothing will come out of all your efforts. Okay, so this is an actual setup right now, and you can understand why we have this setup because we have come with it from the monthly time frame. Are we together?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, brilliant. So this is volatility 10-1S. Let's look at one more. You know, I always say to you, Kevin, I don't want to do the bulk of the work for you. Reason being, there's beauty in that struggle. If you can get a guidance, if you can get guidelines and parameters to adhere to, and you apply just the knowledge that you're getting, you will learn so much more than just being told, okay, this is how you open a chart and let's do this and that. That's not how the game goes. For me to even discover half of these things, there's a lot of trial and error, a lot of losses, a lot of pain. But you know how it is. If you keep if you keep going and you know you're persistent and you know what you want, things will definitely get better. Like you, I see you send me results of profits, and I'm very happy when I see those. Don't think I don't see it and I don't celebrate that because I know from where you started. You know, it's actually a job. Okay, cool. Now let's look at maybe volatility 50%. Cool. So let's start on the monthly time frame. Are we together? Are you
Yes.
still fine? Do you have any questions?
No, I'm still good. I'm still good. I'm soaking all the information in.
Awesome. Awesome. Lovely. So now on the volatility 50 on the monthly time frame, once again, there's not much that I can pinpoint with this type of market structure. But one could easily say that this is actually a downtrend. Why? This is a high. Okay.
Yes.
And then guess what? We have a lower high. Maybe. All right. And then guess what? This is all one lower high. Can you see this? So now don't be fooled by what will be happening. Reason being, someone else might be seeing something else other than this being a lower high. Price is failing to close above this. Can you see that?
Yes.
If you go to the line graph, you'll notice that this is an actual high that has been hit several times and price is actually failing to break above that high. Let's do
Yes.
that. This is definitely a downtrend because if we were to look at the characteristics of a downtrend, which says that there's lower highs and lower lows, we can also see that we have lows. This is a low. This is a lower low over here, like that. This is a lower low, like that. So
Yeah.
we can even do this and say this whole region is the low we're dealing with. And this is a downtrend. Okay. So now what that forces me to believe is that we should actually be sell biased from here. Doesn't look like we're breaking this. Of course, the break could be imminent, meaning that we could actually end up breaking. But for now, there's a lot of failure and there's also a lot of liquidity over here. I don't know if you can see this. Whoever's in this buy position here, you know, his stop loss would be just below the support over here. And, you know, if it's an efficient market, he has to clear that liquidity there, the market maker that is, because when he does clear that liquidity and the stop losses below this are hit, also understand that there will be people who will be selling this break of support, which will create enough buy side liquidity for him to actually buy the market. Do you understand? You can just catch the drift of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So as much as you're trading and you want to make profits now, you also kind of have to see what the person at the opposite side, right, is doing. It's like playing at a casino, playing blackjack or whatever. You're not just going to consider your emotions and the millions you're trying to make. You also kind of have to see the other hand, the dealer poker. Let's just say what the other hand is doing. You need to see what's going on there so that you can make proper decisions. Cool. So
Okay,
now,
sir. Before
yes,
going for a question, I was in one of your videos because the high right now, that lower high that keeps getting hit.
yeah,
I heard you mention in one of your videos that after a period of time that resistance is getting weaker.
yes, definitely. So let's just think of it like a wall, right? The more
Yeah.
bash into it, it will definitely get weaker. But how you spot weakness here also matters, right? Can you say right now that wall is about to break? No. Do you understand? Because we're actually on our way down right now. This is the
Mhm.
monthly time frame. If you look at this monthly candle, it already shows you that the market is going down.
Yeah.
If you want, you can even see that this is an M formation. This was the first up move, and then we have the first leg down. We
Yeah.
went up, and now we're forming the second leg down. If you want, you can do it in the line graph. Can you see the M formation here?
Yes.
Right? Yes, the wall is definitely getting weaker, but we're going down right now.
Mhm.
If you are to go to the weekly time frame now, as part of our top-down analysis, you see we've been throwing wicks there and dropping like that. But now you need to understand this is messy market structure, even from the higher time frames, right?
Yeah.
That you don't really know, should I buy, should I sell? The picture, yes, is likely to get clearer from the higher time frames, which is what we should try to do right now. But that monthly has just allowed you to at least get a sell focus. Are we together? To
Yeah.
at least get a sell bias. Okay. Now, on the weekly time frame, once again, there's not much I can pinpoint here. Sometimes when things are not clear, just try to go to the line graph. Try to assess what's actually going on here. If I'm to zoom in on this line graph, I can see that here, there's like a mini downtrend here. I don't know if you can see, this was a high over here. Can you
Yeah.
see? Okay. And then let me try and make this straight. This was a high, and we have a lower high over here, a lower high over here, right? You understand what I'm saying? So maybe from this lower high, we're going to continue down. There's only one way to find out. But now look at what it looks like with the candles. When price fails to close, it's very misleading. In
Yeah.
fact, how many people do you think would have bought this? Because it would have been going, but it's all inducement, bro. It's all inducement. You have to understand market structure. We're actually in a downward market structure right now on the weekly time frame, and the line graph is actually telling you that. So now let's go to the daily time frame and assess once again what we can be doing now. On the daily, things are starting to get somewhat more fun. Okay. Now we can actually start seeing where can we take our positions that will be, significant. On the daily time frame, you can clearly see that once again we are this high. This is definitely a high because we moved into that level and we had a significant movement away. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Confirm that this was now a downtrend forming, we can do this. And you can see that price came back and formed a lower high over here in this region
Mhm.
here. Do this. This was the lower high. You understand? And we had a significant movement from that lower high, and prices came back into this region and it has respected that lower high. Can you see that? So this
Yes.
is actually downtrending market structure forming right in front of you. Here is the line graph, high, lower high. And for now, we can clearly see that this is a lower high that has actually been formed because we're actually significantly moving away. If we're to do that, then that means that a retracement into there, we should start looking for sell positions. And if you want, you can even make your first target somewhere around here. Do you understand what I'm saying? By this daily
Yes.
order, a lot of money. But let's still go to the H4 time frame and assess what's happening. Right. On the H4, things are a bit clearer now. If we want to catch a trade today, the best bet that you have with our sell bias would be if we can find a premium price on the H4 time frame. In my opinion, that would be somewhere around here. Right. So now, if you're fortunate enough that price actually retraces into this level, right, I would want to take some sell positions. Right. Someone might be asking yourself why. It's because of clear market structure, and we've pinpointed that market structure from the higher time frame. The problem with pressing sell here, it could work, but you always want to sell high and you always want to buy low. That's the problem with trading. As much as you can see things are going your way, you don't just enter and try to join the train or join the bus, because when you join, that's when the bus could be crashing.
Yeah.
Okay. You know this way too well. Okay. So now if you want to make things a bit clear, let's go to the H1 and we assess. Now, if you go to the H1, not saying that price would get all the way there, but it would be nice for it to actually come to this engulfing candle, right? Somewhat engulfing, bearish engulfing candle over here. Okay, it would be very nice if it can give us that retracement, but maybe that's too much to ask. Maybe it has already gone, especially if you go to the H4, you can already see that, okay, fine, that might not be the case. So you might want to use this engulfing candle here, this bearish engulfing candle. Let me nicely draw it so that you see which one exactly I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, okay, this candle completely engulfed that one, right, on the H4. And what did we say about engulfing candle? When you see an engulfing candle, what you want to do is you go to the lower time frames within that engulfing candle and you find an area that price broke out of. So all we have to do is go to the lower time frames and see which area did price actually break out of within that engulfing candle. And if you nicely are not stingy, you can nicely see that there's this huge thick zone here. You can even make it a little bit thicker. This is well in that big engulfing candle. And you're saying to yourself, if price can be generous enough to give us a retracement into there, you're going to look for sell positions to continue the movement down. First take profits for the H1 time frame could be even here. It's okay. It's a lot of money. Everything risk to reward. When price gets here and you enter, you can actually pump and maybe even put your stop loss somewhere around here. All right, which is a bit too much for me. I don't mind even putting it just above, because once again, you need to get in the habit of when you're wrong, you quickly get out the small loss. When you're right, you're getting out with all of that. Are we together?
Yeah, that's
Cool.
how I do mine.
Yes, I've noticed that. I've seen your results, man. I just want to congratulate you. You're really making me happy, bro. Your results are really nice. Keep working, bro. Keep working. You know, it'll all work out in the end.